Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again, and it's time to go hoard up. Are you guys ready? I know I sure am. I'm going to be heading on out to the usual places today, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, maybe a couple of other spots around town to see what kind of cool deals I can find out there today. But this week, it's not a real big release week when it comes to movies. Jigsaw comes out today on Blu-ray and 4K and everything like that. I had a review of this a couple of Hoarding Up videos ago. If you guys want to see that, go back into my videos. And also, another one that come out today, which I'll have a review of at the end of this video, and that is Geostorm. This one's put out by Warner Brothers. I got this one sent to review for free from them. But if you guys want to see my review of this, stay tuned to the review portion of this video at the end of this one. So let's head on out today, guys, and see what kind of fun deals there are to be had. Alright everyone, at my first destination of the day, the local Dollar Tree. Let's head on in and see if they have that dollar DVD Blu-ray special. It looks like they do from the window. Well, inside Dollar Tree right now, looking at some of the movies that they have, looks like it's they've been picked over over here. But I just gotta take a look and see if there's anything cool up in here. Glad I saw this. This is something I kind of wanted to see for a while. I think there may be a Blu-ray of it, but if I don't find a Blu-ray of it, I might just get that one. But if you guys have never seen it, it looks really kind of interesting. And Sean Penn and Madonna. Cause I like sometimes when they mix in older movies, you know, in these Dollar Tree lots of stuff that they're trying to get rid of and everything. I don't really see a whole lot of different Blu-ray ones. It's a lot of Space Warrior. And stuff like that. All the other Blu-rays have been picked over and things, but I'm gonna keep going through and guys, like I said before, you never know what you're gonna come across in here, like some older catalog title kind of stuff. But Shallow Hal and Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, I think this is the DVD CD one. Hopefully one day this one gets a Blu-ray release or something. Since the first one did, this one needs to get on Blu-ray one day. At the next stop of the day, the local Walmart. Let's head on in there. Alright everyone, in Walmart right now, taking a look at some of the new releases that came out today. Of course, like I said at the beginning of this video, Jigsaw came out, the new 8th installment of the Saw franchise on 4K, Blu-ray and DVD and stuff. It doesn't look like there's going to be any exclusives when it comes to this one this week, but if you guys want to hear my review on this one, make sure you guys check out the past Hoarding Up video. I actually kind of liked it for what it was. Not super amazing by any means, and I think there was supposed to be a 8-film collection pack that was supposed to come out, but I guess they're only going to be doing it digitally, from what I'm not mistaken, because I haven't seen any sets available to purchase when it comes to the 8-film one. But I saw something else over here when I first walked in here. They have a little collection of Rugrats stuff, like the Rugrats movie, and different little episode stuff, or Reptar's Return or Reptar Returns. I don't even know exactly what are these, random episodes or something for you Nick fans out there. It's a little Nickelodeon end cap. I wish they would put out some old school stuff like Double Dare and stuff. Maybe one day we'll get more DVDs and season sets of Nick Arcade or something, because that'd be pretty rad. And some of the other stuff that came out today, guys, was Thank You for Your Service right here, which is inspired by true events. I think I saw trailers to this one. Not really interested in it that much, but this other one came out today called Chasing the Dragon with Donnie Yen and Andy Lau. I always liked Donnie Yen, of course, since Ip Man and stuff, and well, I can't remember the other movie he did with Sammo Hung before in the past, but this one was actually really kind of cool. I got to watch this one a few weeks ago. I got it sent to review from Wellgo USA. But if you're a fan of these actors in here, I highly recommend you guys checking this one out. Really fun. Well, that looks to be it when it comes to Walmart over here. I could have sworn Geostorm came out this week. I do get stuff sent to review and things a little bit early, but I could have sworn it was released this week from the websites I look at. Well, at our next destination of the day, the big Goodwill. Let's head up in there and see what they got. I went on over to my local Target and they didn't put out the new releases yet, so I'm just let's go to Goodwill instead. But guys, I always like this Goodwill because they have one of the biggest, media sections, at least of the Goodwills out where I live. So I'm going to be going through all this and seeing if I can find anything, kind of cool or something like that. They even have the masterpiece collections of Sword in the Stone, which is one of my favorite Disney animated films of all time right there. And this Goodwill even has a brand new factory sealed Rocky set right here commemorating the 20th anniversary for the gift set and everything. This is kind of cool. I don't need it or anything. I have them all on Blu-ray, but for $5, that's pretty cool if you guys are super VHS collectors out there and you want the Rocky set. Well guys, look what I came across over here, the Essential Ernest collection. It has like Ernest Goes to Africa, Ernest Greatest Hits 1 and 2, Ernest in the Army. I know they're not like the best works or anything like that. I already own this set right here, but for any Ernest fan that's out in this area and they see that, that'd be kind of cool. For like a little, collector's item kind of thing. They also have some of the seasons of Boy Meets World out here. These are the ones that I believe the second generation releases of them, because I believe the first generation releases have like slip covers to them and stuff, which those are the ones I own at home. But this is also one of my favorite shows. Hopefully they release Girl Meets World one day on a DVD or something, because that would be pretty rad. Well, not a whole lot going on in the movie section and stuff, but I'm in the board game section and I came across the Jumanji game. Is this the one Robin Williams left behind years and years ago? And if I play it, are the animals going to come out and attack me? Am I going to get sucked into the world of Jumanji? You know what? I'm going to leave this here and let some poor unsuspecting soul play that game. Alright, now at the last stop of the day, the local Best Buy. Well, you guys know I have to hit up a Best Buy in these videos, man. Alright guys, I'm in Best Buy right now taking a look at some of the new releases that came out today. And I guess I was wrong. There is an exclusive for Jigsaw out there at Best Buy today. I guess other places just didn't have an exclusive. But this artwork is killer. I'm sure Alex Laba from Flicks and Movies is probably going to do like a Blu-ray hunting video for this one. Hopefully he does it soon, but this is like a Best Buy exclusive one. I don't think any of the other Saw movies ever got Steelbook exclusives at all. I already own this one on 4K anyway. This is only for the Blu-ray edition of the film, but I think that artwork looks spectacular. Spectacular. Like I said, I already own the 4K one, but this one also came out, the killing of a scared deer here on Blu-ray with Nicole Kidman and Colin Firth or Farrell or whatever. I don't really know anything about that one, and I guess I was right, because when I was at Walmart and the other places today, I didn't see this one there, and I thought it might have been released on a different day, but Geostorm, and I could have sworn there might have been a 3D version I saw some people posting about when it comes to this one, but I'll have a review of this one at the end of this video today. This is another film that was released, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And of course, Chasing the Dragon. Well guys, at a Best Buy right now, didn't find anything up in there. Alright everyone, I'm back home now from hoarding up. I only got one thing today, and that was at the first Dollar Tree I went to, and that was In a World here on DVD. I don't know if Dollar Trees were having them on Blu-ray or anything like that, because it seemed like the Dollar Trees I went to today were just kind of like really picked over and different things like that. I did go to, like I said earlier in this video, one with Aaron and Gabriel a couple of days ago, and I found a couple little things, which you guys will see in that video. It was like a crazy little out and about thing, and stay tuned for that one. That one's going to be kind of nuts. But let's go on over to the other side of my room for some DVD and Blu-ray reviews. Alright everyone, now on to the review portion of this video here. I got a small stack of some Blu-rays and 4Ks here to talk to you guys about today. The first one up over here is from Warner Brothers. I got this one sent to review for free from them, and that is a DVD Blu-ray of Geostorm that was released today. And I like disaster movies like Armageddon, Deep Impact, and 2012 and stuff. And this one right here is directed by Dean Devlin, who also worked with Roland Emmerich on some older disaster movies and stuff. So this is his first venture into making one of his own, and it stars Gerard Butler as like one of the smartest scientists in the world, who created this like space shuttle thing that's up in space called Dutch Boy, and like space station kind of thing. It's called Dutch Boy, which helps during national disasters like big hurricanes and floods. Whenever stuff is going on, that thing goes on and stops it pretty much from happening. And now there's something called the Geostorm that's going on right now, and it's been a little while because it's called Gerard Butler's character has been like fired and let go from his job, and now the government needs him back to help from, this geostorm that's going on, and the world's like breaking apart and all this crazy stuff is going on, and they need him, to fix the machine and get up there and try to, stop everything from happening. It's really kind of just a bland kind of movie, just really kind of generic in a way. It really kind of feels like I was watching a disaster movie from like the late '90s, in my opinion. With some of the way the special effects are in here, like they're not any better than they were. Like I would like Armageddon or anything like that. It's okay for what it was. It's just definitely not amazing by any means. I did enjoy some elements of it, like the cheesiness factor of the effects and people, running down the streets or driving in cars as like the streets falling, falling into the world or whatever you want to call it, breaking apart as cars keep trying to like skip past everything. I know I kind of enjoy that element of stuff, but it's definitely not an amazing movie by any means. It's not bad, but it's not great by any means. And next up over here, I got from Scream Factory last week. I unboxed it in last Hoarding Up video, and I got a chance to watch it the other day. And that is the collector's edition of Drag Me to Hell here, of course, directed by Sam Raimi. This is, of course, the same director as the first 3 Spider-Man movies and the Evil Dead movies. And of course, you get the original commissioned artwork that you got on the regular release that came out back in the day. It's a really loaded Blu-ray here. You get 2 discs. You get the theatrical version and the unrated version of the film, both remastered from the original film. What is it called? It was mastered from the 2K digital intermediate on both cuts of the film, and I say it looks really, really good. I can't wait until like Shout Factory jumps into the 4K game so we can see what the real transfers are that they're striking up for these releases that they're doing. I can't wait for that one day. But you get new interviews in here with some of the stars of the film, of them talking about how it was working on the film, like them today, kind of thing. And of course some of the original special features that were on the previous Blu-ray release that came out. But man, if you guys don't know what Drag Me to Hell is, it's pretty much about this young woman who's going out with Justin Long, or Justin Long's character in the movie. She works at this bank. She's like a person that does loans for people for houses and different things like that. And one day, this old lady comes in to her bank, and the bank's about to take away her house. And she's, the old lady's there going, "Is there anything I can do for you to just give me more time so I can, make a payment and, not for you guys not to take my house?" And the lady at the bank goes to her boss going, "Is there anything we can do to help this lady?" And her boss, played by David Paymer, is, going, "Hey, you got to be strong, and tell her no, because she's also in a race to try to, become like what's it called, like the co-manager of the branch or like something like that. And so she has to stay strong, and she tells the old lady, "I'm sorry, I can't do anything." And then this old lady curses her and and stuff like that, and she has like this devil llama spirit thing after her throughout the whole movie, and it's her trying to get rid of the spirit that's haunting her. It's actually a really fun movie. There's some really corny moments in here, and if you like the Evil Dead movies, you get some of the references that Sam Raimi brings back in here. I like it, and I think the transfer was pretty cool. Are pretty nice. And next up over here from Paramount Entertainment is what's it called? Stars Matt Damon and Julianne Moore and Oscar Isaacs, and it's directed by George Clooney, and that is Suburbicon here on Blu-ray. This movie, it was getting shit on by critics from different reviews I've seen in the past when it came out in theaters and stuff. It's a movie that takes place in like the 50s or 60s, that kind of time period, in suburbia, where like, the people that buy houses, what I mean? Like, "Hi, Timmy. Thanks, Mr. Tom, for bringing us the milk." That kind of time period, and then that kind of, landscape. And it's pretty much about this, one family that's fathered by Matt Damon's character, comes home one day, and these 2 guys have broken into their house and holding his family hostage, and all hell breaks loose, and something really bad happens, and it's pretty much Matt Damon's character trying to figure out what the hell just happened? And of course, there's a neighbor across the street from them. That's a that's a black family, and they're being tortured by the city and the people that live in this little town, and they want this family to leave. And it cuts back between Matt Damon's character, Matt Damon's family, and what's going on with them, to what's going on with the family across the street. I thought it was okay. It kind of felt like it was kind of a little bit of a mess, like two or three different stories going on that they really couldn't connect or really interweave that well. But at the same time, I really kind of enjoyed this movie for what it was. I just wish we saw more of the family across the street and what was happening with them, other than more stuff with Matt Damon's family. But I did like the vibe and flow of this movie, and this like the time period it's set in. I don't know. I really did enjoy it. But you do get audio commentary by George Clooney, behind the scenes special featurette on here. But if it sounds interesting to you, I recommend you guys at least checking it out. It's worth at least a one-time watch in my opinion. And it's also written by the Coen brothers. The Coen brothers wrote this movie back 2 or 3 decades ago, and George Clooney just dug up the script out of his closet, he said in the special features, and said, hey, you know what? Let's work on this and let's get this movie out. It was one of those kind of things. But the last two up over here are from Paramount Entertainment also, and that is the new 4K edition of Cloverfield here on 4K and Blu-ray digital copy combo pack. This movie came out back in 2008, and it was a really fun found footage movie about a handful of friends in New York, trying to survive this monster attack that's going on. And I always really liked this one. I remember liking the marketing campaign behind this one. It was kind of like Blair Witch-esque, of people just trying to, they were trying to market it as Blair Witch, because remember when the Blair Witch Project came out, people were going to the theater at the time thinking it was real. Kind of thing. They were trying to sort of do the similar kind of thing in the advertisement for this and the online marketing for the Cloverfield that I remember back in the day. And I gotta say, this 4K does look a lot better than the previous edition on Blu-ray did. So if you're a fan and you guys want the best possible picture quality and sound quality, definitely upgrade to the 4K run right here. It looks absolutely fantastic. But if you are motion sickness, if you do get motion sickness easy, this is one of those movies you're gonna be like, whoa, because I remember people really complaining about it when I was watching it in theaters back in the day, just the shaky cam and all that kind of stuff. But the other thing I got from Paramount too was also released today, and that was 10 Cloverfield Lane, starring, of course, John Goodman and I keep forgetting how to say her name. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She was also in one of my videos back in the day when I'm in the club dancing with a couple of friends. She was in the background just sort of dancing herself too. But this movie, it has really not a whole lot to do with this whatsoever, because when going into this movie, I thought it was gonna be some sort of sequel to this one, but it's kind of its own little thing. It's pretty much about Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character. At the beginning of this movie, wakes up in this bomb shelter, and she's in there with John Goodman's character, and John Goodman's telling her, you can't go outside. The air is toxic. Something, if you go out there, something really bad's gonna happen. Something, crazy is going on above. You can't go up there. And it's pretty much her trying to figure out, is John Goodman a good guy? A bad guy? Why is she down in this bomb shelter? Should she leave? Kind of thing. I like this movie a lot. I like the different take they took on the Cloverfield, franchise. I don't know if they're going to be doing another movie in this one, but I thought the acting and performances in this were very, very good by both the characters in here. And it actually does look a lot better here on 4K, with the deep blacks and the high contrast. It really does, brighten up and lighten, the color palette of this film really looks a lot better, is what I'm trying to say here. But if you're a fan of the Cloverfield movies, I just want to let you guys all know that they're both out now on 4K. But thank you guys so much for coming by and supporting my videos today. Check out my Amazon store, link in the description box of this video. I'm an Amazon affiliate now, so if you buy anything through my link, I get a little percentage back. I hope. I haven't seen a check from anybody yet. But other than that, my Instagram and Facebook links are down below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media, and I'll see you guys all next time.